Hey everyone, it's Armando here from Armando's Exotic Zoo. And today I was going to go through some of our breeding plans we have here. So some are like future breeding plans, like this little girl here. She's got a lot of growing to do. And then some are like close up, happening right now, and some are just a little bit down the line as well. So I want to start here because like I said, that's a future thing, way far ahead. She's got a lot of growing to do. And then we've got our boy Mo, but he just ate yesterday, so I didn't want to bother him. But yeah, we want to make these beautiful blue-eyed leucistic babies one day. That would be nice. That's, like I said, 3 or 4 years down the line though. So we're going to go ahead and just take a nice look at her, and then we'll move on to some of our next things we have here. Alright, so our next breeding project, which is also kind of like a future one, we're sticking with our future plans here, is the Hog Noses. So we've got our male here. He's a pretty big boy. He's already, you know, close to his full size here. They don't get as thick or as big as the females. He'll still do some growing for sure, but he's pretty big. That's TJ. He's het for albino. And Paige, our female, is an albino conda. So we can get potentially some albino babies and potentially some albino condas as well as some regular condas. That's my boy TJ. And then Paige is still over here hanging out of her humid hide. We're kind of waiting, hoping she would come out. But I'm going to go ahead and get her out of there so we can get a look at her. I guess you're getting a look at her right there. I'll put some other video as well of us holding her and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my little girl Paige. She's very beautiful. Like I said, albino conda. And just really awesome. It's funny, she's so tiny, but she's growing a lot. Was that a little bluff strike right there I saw? Mm-hmm. She's a feisty little girl. It's so funny. TJ went through a little feisty phase too. Like, I don't know what it is. I guess just being a baby little noodle, you know, you're scared of things. But yeah, TJ used to do that too. Like, TJ would hiss so loud, it sounded like I had like a giant snake. It didn't make sense how loud he would hiss for how tiny he is. They're funny. They like to scare you off and stuff like that. But I'm gonna leave her alone for now, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple Kenyan Samboas that I love. Another one of my favorites here is Fred, my little albino paradox Kenyan Samboa. He's awesome. I need to get more Samboa. I need to get females. I have all males, so that's part of why this is like a super future breeding project, because all my Samboas turned out to be males, and so I need to get some females. I'd really like to get an albino paradox female as well. What I was kind of doing at first, I was kind of on a mission to get all the different morphs of them. So I have like a normal, I have an anery, and I have this albino paradox. So I want to get definitely an anery. I love the aneries, and I want to get an albino paradox female for sure. But I also want to get a snow. Snow is like albino and anery together, so that's really cool. So future plans there. I love Samboas because they're awesome snakes. They're good for handling. They don't move fast. They hold on to you, and they're really pretty. They're really nice, and they don't get very big. So that's why Samboas were my first snake I ever got. All right, now let's see if Kenan wants to come out. Good guy. This is Kenan. And this is my first Kenyan Samboa that I got. He's a big, thick boy. What's funny is like he's all big and thick, but then like he's so tiny. So females, like when you pair the males and the females, like everyone always laughs that it looks like an adult next to a baby, because the females are so much bigger than the males. Because he might get a little bit bigger than this, but not much. And the females can get up to like 2 feet and then a little bit thicker. So it looks pretty funny. But yeah, this is what they normally look like. This is the normal type of variation here. Really awesome orange snake with black spots. Really, really cool. You can see there, you can see his tail. That's how you can tell it's a male. He's got that long tail with the little spurs right there. The spurs are pretty funny because when you hold him, you'll feel him tickling you with those little spurs because they use those for breeding and stuff like that. It's kind of a weird feeling. Yep, those are my Samboas. I love them. They're really, really awesome snakes. Underrated in my opinion. And I enjoy them. So we're going to move on to our lizards. We got our Ackie monitor, Steve. What's up, buddy? He looks so incredibly tiny compared to Mercury, and it's super weird to me now. I thought he was such a big boy. Now I see that he's not that big. It's really weird. So in this case, our female, like in the other cases, our females are the ones that need to grow. In this case, our male needs to grow. Steve, you're looking a little slim there, sir. We got to get you bigger so you can be ready for Mercury. But he's a great looking boy, though. You can see how awesome he looks. Really incredible. He wants some food for sure, but he's not getting food right now. We just wanted to show him off a little bit. He looks really awesome right now. And then we're going to take you guys over to Mercury. I'll show you guys Mercury. You've been seeing a lot of her lately. But she's a cool girl. And we also have Chandler. He's a separate project though. He's our yellow Ackie monitor. So that's an even more far ahead plan there. We need to find a female. Well, we need to raise him up and confirm that he's a male. And then we need to find a female. So that's a long-term project there in itself. But this one's a little bit closer because really Mercury's ready to go. Steve's the one that needs to put on just a little bit more size. But even he's ready to go already too. He's mature. He just looks so small to me now. We'll go over and take a look at Mercury. So this is our female Mercury. She is really awesome. We've already done a few videos on her, so you've probably seen her already if you keep up with our channel. She's so pretty. She's a really pretty girl. She's a lot of fun to feed too, like Steve. Ashley said she hopped out the enclosure on her the other day, or at some point. Come here, girl. Yeah, she's beautiful, but look how big she is compared to Steve. It's insane. Males are supposed to be bigger. That boy has some growing to do, man. But she's like 2, and he's like a little over 1. So it makes sense why she's so big compared to him. He's still got some growing to do. But males mature quicker than females, so he's sexually mature already. But just a little smaller. Goes one more, Mercury. Alright, we'll see you later. We gotta go finish showing some other lizards. Alright, so this is one of our pair of breeders that we got from Lewis for Gargoyle Geckos. So this is the pair that produce like the babies that we have. That's a male right there from Tiki's Geckos. So that's pretty cool. He's the male that produced like all of our babies, Lou, and that other one that we got. And then our female is in there. You can kind of see her right there through the crack a little bit. But let's see if maybe you can see her from here. Anything?
Yeah, I kind of see her, but not very well. But she's in there.
I'll try to get some pictures of her. Maybe Lewis will have some that I can add in there so you can see what she looks like. And I gotta touch this thing up. We just got it from him. We're gonna add a few things. We're gonna add some foliage and some more cork bark and things like that. Just touch it up a little bit, give it our own personal touch. And we're gonna show you guys some more geckos. So inside of here is a beautiful striped male. You can see his tail sticking out right there. And his face is right there, kind of. I don't want to bother him too much, but I definitely have pictures of him on my phone that I'll add in there for you to see him. He's a really cool striped male. And then we got this awesome female that we're gonna pair him to. These were all raised by Lewis. These are all his setups. We're lucky enough to be able to get them because he sadly has to go because he joined the military. And he's done all this work raising these animals. I wanted to at least, keep them somewhat close to him by me having them. So here's this awesome girl. She's so beautiful.
It's crazy this morning she is.
I know, I love her. When I saw her, I was like, I have to get her. She's incredible. I really, really love this girl. She's so beautiful. You're such a pretty girl. I love you so much. I'm trying to come up with a name for her, but I don't want to rush it because she's so pretty. I want it to be a really, really nice name. So, if you got suggestions, offer them up. Help me out. She's really beautiful. As these girls get closer to breeding time, we don't want to bother them as much, so we're just going to pull out our beautiful whiteout fat tail Luna and show her as our example for our fat tail geckos. This is our last breeding project we have for now, and the fat tails and the gargoyles are like our current, we're working on it right now. We obviously have the one pair that's already produced a bunch of babies, and then the other pair that we're going to try out this year. And then we have our little fat tail trio. So that's really awesome. I'll add in some stuff of the other ones. I'll show you our male bruiser and our other female Mia. I'll show you both of them. But we've done plenty of stuff on them recently as well. So you can go back through and find that. But yeah, that's all of our breeding projects we have currently and for the future right now. We got a couple other things we'll work on later on. That's the stuff we're currently making our strides towards. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow along for more.